Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Chrome Tour golf ball from Callaway.
Twice, McIlroy was the chaser coming into the final round, able to overcome a deficit to get the win. Once he was the front runner in 2015, so he will reprise that chaser role. And after his bogey-free 67, he spent some time with our Todd Lewis.
And no player in the field had a better score than Rory McIlroy today. You know, we talked yesterday and you were pretty proud of that 68 that you had with no bogeys. We'll add one more birdie, and again, no bogeys today. How fulfilled do you feel about this round?
Yeah, I do. I feel really good about it. You know, again, the same as yesterday. I felt like I left a couple of shots out there, not birdieing 7, not birdieing 8. But then at the same time, there was a couple of really big par saves in there as well. So overall, another really solid day's play, and you know that's what I'm going to need to try to chase down Xander.
How much did this golf course change today because it played 2 shots harder on the average?
Yeah, I think not having ball in hand was a big thing. The fairways got a little firmer, but they were still holding. But the greens are getting firmer by the minute, it seems like. So and some of the hole locations were a little trickier today too. So I think all of that combined, I can see why the scoring was so much tougher today. But I think the big thing for me is I've leaned on my driver so much and I've driven the ball so well, and because of that, I've been able to maybe access some of those hole locations that some of the other guys haven't been able to.
You were talking yesterday about things you've been working on. One thing you said was making sure that your upper body and your lower body are in sync. Are those ingrained in you now? Do you feel like you're playing with freedom out there and not thinking about your golf swing?
It's getting closer. I don't think it's there yet, but I think when you get into positions like this, final groups of big tournaments, it sort of forces you to not think about your golf swing and think solely of the target. So, the more I can give myself these experiences and play in final groups, the more, hopefully what I've been working on will stand up to the test.
Final thing, you need to be committed to what tomorrow?
I think playing with the same freedom that I have, playing with the same aggressiveness. I feel like I've played really aggressive off the tee, hit a lot of drivers. I need to be committed to doing that again tomorrow, and if I can do that and drive the ball as well as I have been, that'll give me the opportunity to hit the ball close and make some birdies.
The driver's certainly top of mind, and when Rory's firing on all cylinders, what he can do off the tee, few people in the game can. And we saw parts of it today that was really special, but from what we were watching, that only tells part of the story.
Well, yeah, the magical part of it. Magicians aren't supposed to tell you how they do the tricks. Rory's been telling us how he does the tricks all week long, but there is nobody else in the field that can simulate the magic that we've seen from him. First thing first, let's take a look at some of these drives, because even for Rory McIlroy, this is extraordinary stuff. He averaged 341 today on the driving holes where they measured the distance. He hit 11 of 14 fairways. This was a particularly difficult drive at the 9th. This is, to his point just now, to Todd, that was 125 mile an hour club head speed on a difficult driving hole. 320 yards into the wind, he found the fairway forward to the 10th. And this is a tough, not the 10th, it's a par 5, but 11, 12, 9, this is a tough stretch of golf. And it just seemed like he was getting freer and looser and just letting it go. This was 124 mile an hour club head speed. That ball speed was 188 miles an hour. To carry that corner, again, that's what he was talking about. He's able to carry these corners. He's able to get it so far down there that he can get at different hole locations. Earlier in the round, at the 5th, he hit at 341. He only had 92 to a front right pin. He was able to get there. Here at the 11th, 325. 190 mile an hour ball speed, 125 and change club head speed. It's just extraordinary. Now, this is magic, because when you have that kind of power and then you have this kind of touch, this kind of precision, beautiful pitch here at the 8th. We saw this drive earlier in a highlight back and forth between Xander. He split in the middle of the fairway there between the bunker on the right and the rough on the left. Beautiful pitch. Now, he didn't make that, but it was still a good pitch to about 4 feet away. Laying back here at the 14th, he thought this hole out beautifully. Driver's too much club, 3 wood if you're playing safe. We'll put him over to the right, tough pitch, laid back. Beautiful pitch there. Tap in from 48 yards, that was. Got tangled up at the 15th. Drove it in the right bunker, laid up, didn't hit a very good wedge from a ball well above his feet. So, subsequently, he's short-sighted over the bunker to a sort of a plateaued pin. It looked a lot easier than it was. That was really top-shelf stuff right there to save par And then at the 17th, after guessing wrong on the tee, trying to hit a sort of a soft draw 8-iron in there, I guess. Came up short, almost inexplicably short. Nice little bunker shot right there. So 5 greens he missed on Friday, managed to save all of them. 6 greens he missed on Saturday, which was understandable because everybody was having trouble hitting those greens, made all those saves. It's almost not fair when you see him playing golf like that. And yet, he still won back of Xander Schauffele. Just underscores how great Xander Schauffele is playing. It's great to see. Look, the number 1 player in the world is not there this week, but the number 2 and the number 4 player in the world are certainly holding their own.
Normally, if you're just looking at the top of the leaderboard and you see the number 4 ranked player in the world leading on the PGA Tour by 1 going into the final round, you think he's clearly in the driver's seat. He's playing the best golf. He'd probably be tabbed as the guy to win the event. It feels, though, like Rory should be the favorite going in the final round based on the last 2 days.
Well, based on the last 14 years as well, as he just alluded to, the fact that he's, won here 3 times, second another time, all but I think twice that he's played here, he's finished in the top 10, 2 or 3 times. I think every single time he's finished in the top 10. So, I mean, this golf course fits him like a Savile Row suit. So, it'll be great because, look, Xander has the potential to be a superstar. 7 wins, consistently top 5, top 10 in the world, but there's far more waiting for him. But to do it, he's got to get through Xander. He's got to get through Scotty Scheffler. He's got to get through Rory. He's got to get through some players who do things better than him. Rory drives it better than him. Scotty Scheffler hits the driver better than him, hits his irons better than him. So, it's tough work trying to be the best player in the world. But Xander, in all facets of the game, put together, has the talent to get there.
I'm just going to say this so it's on record, because there could be some spooky similarities for Rory McIlroy. 2014, he had that career-defining run where he clipped off 2 majors in a 3-week span, or less than a month span. He wins the Open, WGC Bridgestone, PGA Championship. Valhalla marked his 3rd straight win. If he wins tomorrow, it'll be his 2nd straight start that he wins on the PGA Tour, leading into Valhalla. The hype machine's going to be queued up to about 1,000 with Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
And it's crazy to think it would be a decade.
Look, when we get there next week, I think Monday night, I think what we'll probably do is look back at our live from Sunday night of 2014. I imagine everybody on the set would have thought and would have said something along the lines of he's getting to 10, 12 major championships. Jack Nicklaus predicted as much. He's going to get to double digits. You'd never imagine 10 years down the road. I think what makes it even more inexplicable is that he hasn't lost his game along the way.
Oh, he's winning more than 10% of the time.
Absolutely, and finishing in the top 10 in majors almost 60% of the time in that span from 2015 through the Masters this year, almost 60% of the time, which is a higher percentage rate of top 10s than he had before that. He's done some amazing things, winning Varden trophies and DP World Tour events and the Varden Trophy and the
FedEx Cup champion.
And the Players Championship, et cetera, et cetera. But when you're as good as he is, first and foremost, you are judged against your major championship record. And then, of course, you look at everything else. Win percentages, total number of wins, Varden trophies, et cetera, et cetera. No doubt he's going to go down as one of the greatest players of all time. But when you have Rory's talent, I'm sure he's looking a little higher than that, to be considered one of the top 10 greatest players of all time.